and it is officially April. It is April 2nd as I'm filming this, but hopefully I'll get the video up as soon as I can. So April is Poetry Appreciation Month. I feel like poetry doesn't get talked about a lot on BookTube, and I kind of want to change that because poetry is something I've grown really passionate about over the last few years. I never would have celebrated Poetry Appreciation Month like a few years ago. That all changed after I took creative writing my senior year. For this month, I really want to try filming more videos about poetry and my experience with poetry and kind of exposing more of you guys to poetry because I think a lot of people find it intimidating or boring because it's just really short usually, and that it's kind of confusing because it's not very straightforward. But I think that's what is amazing about poetry. So I really want to take this month to dive deeper into poetry and to share my experiences with all of you and maybe some recommendations, things like that. I'm hoping to get a lot of videos uploaded for this because I really want to take this month and celebrate, and it's not like I have much else to be doing right now anyway. So first I'm just going to talk to you a little bit about my poetry experience and how I got into it. My senior year of college, I took a creative writing class with Dr. Moore. She is by far one of my most favorite professors of all time. She is actually a poet, and she has a lot of published works out there, including a book of poetry called The Veronica Maneuver, which I read, and I'm going to leave links to some of her works down below because she's absolutely incredible, and you guys should check her out. She's such an amazing teacher, and her passion just really inspired me to want to get more into poetry and actually find love and understanding in it. So Dr. Moore, if you ever see this, I just want to say thank you because without you, I would not be the writer I am now, and I wouldn't appreciate literature quite as much as I do. I value my time in your classes, and I'm happy that I get to know you because you're such a sweet human being. Okay, when I took that class, I was very nervous to get into poetry, and I was like, this is gonna be so boring, I hate poetry. As we started learning what goes into poems and how to analyze them and really fully experience poetry, I fell in love. It was such a great experience for me, and it really helped me become a better writer and a better analyzer. I love reading things and being able to break it down and fully understand each line, and it was really important to me to fully immerse myself in the experience, and I really grew to love poetry, and it's something now that I appreciate, and while it's still sometimes hard for me to understand at times, I do really enjoy it. I do try my hand at writing poetry once in a while. It doesn't quite come as easy to me as it did when I was taking her class and being there every other day, and so that's something that's kind of hard for me to accept. I really need to keep at it. I have a hard time writing creatively right now. I don't know why. I can do it, I know I'm decent at it, but I still really struggle, and it's just something I need to be doing a little bit every single day. That's how I got into poetry, is mostly because I had an amazing teacher and I took creative writing and was kind of, not forced, but I mean you have to do the work, but it really did motivate me and made me fall in love with it, and I'm very happy that I took that class and I miss it every single day. These videos are all going to be kind of short because I just want to talk a little bit about poetry, and I'm going to end this one actually reading a poem that I've written. I'm really nervous because I don't share my writing really with anybody. It makes me really nervous because it's such a personal thing for me, and I'm not a professional writer at all. I mean, I do have one published piece, but that was in my literary magazine in college I really was excited about. But poetry, I'm super nervous about this. But I do want to read it for you guys because I said I would, and I think it's important to kind of show you my work and that it doesn't have to be perfect to have people enjoy it. The assignment for this poem was to look up 10 terms from a field of study or a subject that you don't know anything about but that you're kind of interested in. I looked up calligraphy and found some terms in there that I thought were interesting, but then I looked into ghost hunting, which I thought was kind of cool, and I found some terms from there that I ended up using to make my poem about space. I love space so much, and we had to take the terms of things we didn't know and apply it to something that we do really love. The words I picked and the way they sounded just kind of threw me into space, so I don't know if that makes sense, but when I was reading those terms, I just immediately knew I had to do something about space because that's something that means a lot to me. My poem is on Wattpad. I'll leave a link to that down below. I don't have a lot of works on there right now, but maybe eventually over this quarantine I'll start writing more. This is exciting. I really love this poem. I was really proud of myself, and my teacher really loved it, and I got a lot of compliments on it. I'm obviously not super embarrassed about it, but it does make me a little nervous, so don't judge. Okay, I'm shaking. I'm don't know why. So here we go. Milky Way. Beyond Andromeda, Triangulum, Centaurus, a warped halo slumbers in an uncomfortable slant, devoured in a biting black blanket, flourished with bright dustings of pale white light. Spindly arms spiral outward in a signature of disconnected script, embracing billions of infinitesimal lives that are held meaningless in the illusion of eternity, suspended in manifesting gravitas. Perseus, Orion, Cygnus, Norma, Carina Sagittarius, familial wraiths twirling to ring around the rosy as they cradle each other in trance-like encirclement. A resting dot garlands the focal point of the arm, sitting in the abysmal basin like the drain of a sink, sluggishly slurping up all of the fragile droplets that unknowingly plunge into its vortex. Strokes of blues, golds, silvers, and pinks shaded within the illegible calligraphy amplify the auras and the kaleidoscope of gases and orbs, coating the glowing beams in a warm, milky hue. Nourishing and cultivating, all who look upon its anomaly as they gaze at their busy, blinking screens or dirty books, ruminating at what lies beyond. Okay, that's my poem. I really was proud of that. It's kind of a lot of words, but I like the diction a lot and the terms and how they flowed together and created this beautiful image of the Milky Way. And that's kind of what I wanted everyone to see, was that it was forming the Milky Way. So it zooms into the Milky Way, but then it zooms out at the end. Then it's somebody who's either reading about it in a book or looking at it at their screen. They're not actually there seeing it, but the Milky Way's there, and that's like what the terms were creating, just a picture of the Milky Way. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's what I saw when I was writing it, and I kind of just wanted to show that in the work. So yeah, that's all I have for you guys today. I hope you'll continue with me on this poetry journey as we celebrate Poetry Appreciation Month. If you like this video, be sure to give it a nice little thumbs up. If you want to keep following me on this booktube journey, please subscribe to my channel. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Erica A. Gobble. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you soon with another video. Bye!